Rinky Dinky. Go!
Band on. Band on.
Band on tour.
Hey guys, welcome to the 5th episode of Band on Tour, brought to you by Rinky Dinky Co. Rinky Dinky Co. has an app out right now called Rinky Dinky Rhymebook, available on iPad, or in the future will be available on many other mobile platforms. My name is Simon Alexander. I am here with 6C.
It's Audrey. I play guitar and sing.
Hey, it's Miguel. I play bass and I do backup vocals.
This is Johnny. I play guitar.
I threw a football so high, I almost hit a plane.
This is Cameron. I play drums. I do some ooh-ahs in the background.
Ooh,
Tampa, Florida. That's where we are. Well, that's not where we are right now, but that's where we are.
I don't know why I just remember this. Did you know that Cowboys actually originated from Florida?
You talking about the Dallas Cowboys?
No, just Cowboys,
Cowboys
in
in
general.
general?
That's
Yeah.
not from Texas?
I thought
that-
Cowboys originated in Mexico.
Well, I mean, like the American cowboy.
The Dallas Cowboys.
American.
Yeah.
I mean, the Dallas ones.
America's team, Dallas Cowboys.
No. Like
We're
the
actually
cowboy,
from
you know, the...
Giddy up.
Yeah, Spurs and the-
Yeah.
The Spurs,
Yeah.
San Antonio Spurs,
Yeah.
America's basketball.
You know, this used to be Texas, basically.
Florida?
Yeah. That was a lie.
Everybody's face was like,
I was like, mind
Johnny
blown.
failed history.
Right.
So,
So, let's start off with Tampa, where we played 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
Right, so we're in Tampa. Pretend we're
Yeah.
in Tampa. We're playing at this place called Micro Groove, which is a record store.
Yes, it's a little record store, and they used to be able to. It was like next to this garage, and you could actually used to be able to open it up out to the street so people could walk in and stuff. And if they had a show, it'd be blasting out. But apparently, one of the window panes fell out once, and they're afraid glass was going to fall on people. So that's a pretty good reason.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty good. It's not a great reason.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
pretty good reason.
No, but it was a really, really good show.
Well, right when we got there, we parked.
It was already nighttime, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, another ominous warning immediately when we
Yeah.
get to a venue. There was a sign. It was like a thing that was set up by the city,
Yeah.
put out there, and it was
temporary sign.
temporary sign saying "Lock your doors, report suspicious activity." What else?
Protect all valuables, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hide all
it's like,
valuables.
Hide
oh
all
boy.
Basically,
boy.
get out of here.
And then, as we were reading that, like, oh, that's not a good sign to read. I don't know. Somebody said, "What's that?" And there's like this man standing right next to our
Oh, yeah.
door,
Just staring
staring in, and like I don't know if he knocked or anything, but I got kind of scared because I was driving,
He's
and it was just a guy, the owner of the venue.
Got a big beard.
His beard is kind of tall.
It's got a hoodie on.
Yeah.
And I just turned to my
Got a
right
knife
and
in
was
his
just like,
hand.
oh my gosh.
He just opened the window. He's like, "You got a nickel?
I mean, I just want nickel, man. Come on.
Just trying to take the bus ride home. Give me a nickel." He didn't say that. Just joking.
No, but it actually turned out to be the owner of the venue. And really, really nice guy. Helped us out, told us what was going on, told us that he is really helping us out.
Kept the sorry. He kept the store open for 2 hours later.
There you go.
For this show, because I guess he normally closes at 8, but
Yeah.
we closed at 10 for us. And so what we ended up doing was we got there and unloaded and got everything set up, and then we went over to, what was the place called? Independent.
It was a bar. But Tampa's really big on microbreweries and, like, I forget how you say, like,
Micro breweries.
no.
I think that's how
It's French.
I forget what it's called when you're, like, I just say beer snob.
Yeah, beer
You know,
snob.
there's a lot of beer snobs there. It's not a bad thing. I think I'm a
Oh.
beer snob to a certain extent.
Definitely.
But, yeah, so they have a lot of special beers there, and, you know, it's not, I don't think you can order, like, Coors Light there, so.
Actually, no, I didn't see a single Coors Light when I walked in there, which was very awesome, and they had really good prices, but
Yeah, we went there originally to use the bathroom,
yeah.
and then...
I went to the restroom at that pizza
Where?
place.
The independent place?
Yeah. The independent... The bar was, like, down the street. there's a pizza place right next
And
to
it
the venue.
smelled really good.
Yeah.
I had to I walked inside and walked right out. I was like, if I don't leave right now, I'm gonna buy a full pizza. It's not good. But me and Simon decided to walk over to the independent bar and
Try to round up some people because the guy let us know. It's like, hey, there's probably not going to be anybody here. I don't know if anybody's coming. I just set it on Facebook.
there weren't any local bands to play with you all because no one knew who you were. So
It was a Thursday
just
night.
like-
and
yeah,
they
it was
did get
hard.
They got us in the newspaper
yeah, that
There's
was,
like a
was a little write up.
right up.
Yeah,
It was good.
But
and
we
so-
were given that warning. Maybe nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
So Cameron and I were like, okay, time to round up some people.
Normally, Cameron's the only one who has the cojones to do this, but now we have Simon.
Cojones, for people who don't speak Spanish,
is
let's just say,
The mill
Courage.
genitalia?
it's the man's balls.
Okay.
that's probably the most easiest way to say it.
Yeah.
Nicely done, Simon.
Let's just
I should have just said
put it out there.
balls.
Yeah, that would have made it much easier.
Okay,
Avoided this
anyway,
whole
so
thing.
Enough about that.
let's stop talking about that.
Yeah.
So Simon and Cameron went to round up people, and then
Oh, which actually, it was crazy. Our business cards came into full usage.
Yes.
Because it was it definitely gave us a much more professional persona.
Yeah,
it's good.
that's right.
Thank you.
Good.
So it was really nice. We were able to grab maybe about 3, maybe 4 people to come on over.
We
So
met
that was-
met a dude that had this app called Timbre, Timbre, that none of us had ever heard of before, but it
Awesome.
it hooks up to, I don't remember what the name of the database is. Do you remember what it's called?
No, but
Jambase or something?
Yeah, something like that.
I think it's Jambase. If you want to get on this thing, I think it's Jambase.
You can just search the Timber app. I think it's timberapp.com.
But what it does is you can put your show in there. Like if you're going on tour, you put all your shows in there, and anybody that has the Timbre app, they'll check their city, and they'll see the dates, and it'll show what bands are playing. And then when you click it, like it'll say 6C, and you click it, it'll play in the background
One of our songs.
like one of the songs, so you can hear what it sounds like. And it's really, really cool.
It's really cool because like when you're inviting people to go to shows, you're just like, yeah, here you can go to our Facebook and listen to music, and like this app makes it so easy because all they literally have to do is click something. It tells you where you're playing, what bands are playing, and it shows them what you sound like.
Yeah,
so
what
it
time.
it does 4 or 5 things in one click. So it's probably the best thing for promotions. Like,
And it's weird because I went to add us on it, and we were already added to the database. We had someone had posted 6 of our shows, I think, so I started adding more of them, but I don't know who did that, but that's really cool.
I did it.
And,
Whatever.
It was John.
admit it, Johnny.
So after that, the show started.
We got about 20 people in there. It was
Well, when the show first started, there was
only
like the owner and like, oh, what's his name? David. There's a guy named David there.
Oh yeah, he.
That he helped us load in and stuff
Yeah,
like
he,
that.
he was a nice guy.
Super nice guy.
And there was pretty much like 3 people there, I guess. And then after a while, I think like 2 songs in, more people started showing up.
Ended up being about 20 people, I'd
Yeah.
say.
And they were all really attentive. It was awesome.
And it was, I don't know, it was really cool because since it was so small, it was very jazzy volume style set. So it was really nice.
Too loud,
Huh?
We didn't want to be too loud.
Yeah, exactly. Because they were even telling us, they're like, just don't get crazy. And I was like, okay, I could do that.
And
So-
we're backed up in the corner of the shop, so it's all Cameron's drums are in the corner, and then all our amps are as close to his drums as possible, and then
Yeah,
we just
it was-
stood in front. It was really
And everyone
tight.
stood along the back wall.
Yeah,
so
it felt
was
like we had lots of room, but because we didn't have a stage, it was just an open floor.
Yeah.
But everybody was just spread out through the whole store. It felt like we could have stood more forward. But
Yeah.
Yeah. Sold some merch, gave away some more mystery gifts. Everybody that has opened a mystery gift has been surprised. Some extremely delighted, some just surprised. But I'd say the majority of people are like, whoa!
Yeah,
Whoa!
I
It's a
agree.
shock. It's a shocker.
Most people are really, really happy to get it. So you should totally get a mystery gift when you see us.
And
Yeah,
but,
by
yeah,
purchasing
by-
something.
by
On a
purchasing.
shirt or CD.
Yeah, but the night of that show, we were getting help from the bartender of the owner of the independent bar. He was calling as many people as he could, trying to find places for us to sleep. And then eventually it got later and later, and we were like, thank you so much. And we just ended up sleeping at a Walmart parking lot. We got to the Walmart parking lot, set up camp in the van, did the bad idea of walking into Walmart hungry.
Bad idea of going into this particular Walmart hungry and needing to use the restroom.
Yep.
Because we walked
At, like,
directly through the
3 in the
munchie aisle. That
Yeah.
was a bad idea. First off, horrible idea. And then we get to the bathroom, and there's caution tape on them. So
On
I'm already
both of them.
scared.
Mail
Well,
it.
like on the door,
Well,
it's like not even just a strip across. It's like a X from corner to corner,
It's like some
and
bad
then
idea.
like
across,
another one
yeah.
like through the middle, horizontal and vertical, and like
Just like,
Jeez.
but
Yeah,
the thing is that
seriously.
they were like in front of the door, so you can still push the door open. But there was an employee there. He was like, he
Old Man River.
yeah.
He was like an old dude.
came out of
hunched
nowhere.
over.
He was like
I
saying,
think it was like with the janitor like kind of stuff.
no, he wasn't.
Or he
was
wasn't
just
with that.
No,
he
he was
just
just an
walked
employee.
in.
He said there was some kind of smell, and if you wanted to risk it, you can go in there. I thought he meant the restroom. I thought,
Yeah,
like,
I know, me
I
too.
thought we had to crawl under the caution tape, push the door.
I know. I was
open,
like,
and go
and
in
he was
there.
like, no, and then we went into the girls' restroom, like in here.
He was like,
safe,
no,
too.
I ain't gonna hold your hand.
He's like, yeah.
Okay, man.
What are you talking about? And then
Please don't.
he was trying to tell us to go into the employee lounge.
Oh.
We're like,
God,
how are we
that was-
supposed to know to go to the employee lounge?
That was so dirty. I'm like, this even just opening the door to the employee room was just like, it smelled like someone pooped on my nose. And I was just like, this is bad. And then you walk into the bathroom, and for some reason, it wasn't as bad.
Yeah.
It was like,
It was
I don't know.
stinky,
I was
but-
so confused.
It smelled worse outside of the bathroom in the
Yeah.
associates room than it did inside the bathroom.
And like,
I'm
and,
so glad I don't work there.
and you walk inside, and there was like, Friends was playing on TV, so I'm like trying to watch them show while holding my breath, and I'm like, this is so funny. This is awesome. And just like run outside of the room real quick. But yeah, we experienced that Silent Hill scene.
What did,
Um,
what did you guys buy there?
I got a
Well,
42 pack of Pop-Tarts
48.
Dang,
They're on
48
sale.
for
$48.
$9.
It
So
was pretty much you bought 8 packs and you got one for free.
yeah, it was pretty awesome.
But that's a good deal.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
it's gonna last you all tour, so it's good.
exactly.
But then
I'm
we
very-
started going to the pastries and we're looking at. Oh, we saw pickled eggs. They
Oh
had
my god, they had pickled
everything.
eggs, pickled
Pig's feet.
pig's feet, they had pickled
Yeah, it was
Sausage?
Yeah.
sausage.
You
Yeah.
could even smell it through the thing. It was
it
so
was so
dirty.
gross.
I feel like I was on Fear Factor or something.
It was all red and.
Why was
Why
it?
didn't you
disgusting.
get it?
Why didn't
Who would have
They
ate
weren't
it?
thinking.
Come on, guys.
They had the
Thinking caps on.
they had the triple Oreos that I've only read about. It's 100 calories
I've
a
only read
cookie.
about.
One cookie is a serving. It's
It
100
has
calories.
it's like
The triple decker.
Yeah, triple decker. It's like the white filling and the chocolate filling in both.
So you
And
have
3
four,
cookies.
Oh my
four
gosh.
cookies per meal and you're good for the whole day?
Pretty much.
Exactly.
And then,
Breakfast,
and then there
lunch,
was
dinner.
the new Chips Ahoy.
Oh no! They had-
Oh.
Gooey Chips
those look
Ahoy.
disgusting.
I
It
don't know
was
about that.
I don't
totally.
like chewy.
But
You know what?
it was
All- you
caramel.
just shut it because
What?
those things look so good.
No,
Hey,
they don't.
I'm making
Caramel.
that.
I don't think.
I
No.
don't like
Watch,
I don't like
watch.
things that taste
Okay,
great.
hold on, time out,
It's-
time out. Johnny
What?
is a baby teeth.
Baby
He can't eat anything. He's like, oh, it's too sweet. My name's Johnny.
He's constantly saying his name's Johnny. It's
I
good.
know.
It's weird. Like we
I'm
know you,
always
Johnny.
I
Hey, my
threw
name's
a football. My name's Johnny.
I'm going to play. My name's Johnny.
Did you see guys that play and I almost hit it with the football? It's like,
That's,
all right, Johnny.
that's how I
Sure,
talk
buddy.
when. Yeah, that's how I.
When you're not on the podcast.
Yeah, that's why I talk. By the way, my name is Johnny.
Oh,
I get it.
But I want to tell you what's inside these Chips Ahoy cookies really
yeah.
quick.
Oh, yeah, just
There's one Chips Ahoy cookie filled with caramel, and there's one Chips Ahoy cookie filled with chocolate. And
and they're both gooey.
yeah, they're so gooey.
All right, we're gonna get it next time.
Yeah, so
That's
it's
it. That's the only way
happening.
to find out if they're good or not.
We ended up getting. Miguel ended up getting powdered donuts.
Oh yeah,
What? You did?
yeah.
I was asleep
had
in the
some.
van the whole
I thought I
time.
gave you some.
No, you didn't.
Sorry.
I didn't get any.
I think
There's been a lot of I thought of this happened this
Yeah.
tour.
Yeah.
I thought this happened, but I wasn't
thought
sure.
I'm
I'm not talking just about you.
I fed it to you.
Oh
I
yeah.
thought I fed it to you.
No, I see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
I see where you're going with this, which leads us to our next show.
Well,
Wait, no.
yeah,
Sleepy
come on.
time. We slept.
Come
in the
on.
van.
Everyone's always doing that.
I know. He's like,
And
Which leads
then,
us to
so
the end
we're
of
back.
tour.
all
Yeah.
right, well, this is the end of the podcast, guys. Thank you.
No, it's not.
No,
Yeah, we
no,
ended
it's
up.
not. No, it's not.
So yeah, we ended up going back and trying to go to sleep. And
Can I say really quick that I was asleep in the van this whole time, and the next morning I woke up and they had all these munchies, and I was like, "Come on, guys!"
Come on.
Hold on a second. I'm pretty sure I came back with a present of Cape Cod salt and vinegar
You
chips.
did! Sea salt
very
and vinegar
thoughtful, very
chips.
thoughtful, my friend.
So nice.
I was trying to avoid this very situation.
Like I know she's in. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I gotta prepare for this one.
Alright, so
All the bass in the parking lot and stuff like that.
And the screaming.
Well, apparently they said I was asleep. I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, apparently someone was mixing some live dubstep in their car next to us.
And it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, something like that.
Pretty much.
It's always kind of scary staying at Walmart parking lots.
Yeah.
I mean, you just got to keep your eye out. It's always kind of sketchy, but we park underneath lights where the cameras are facing just for precaution. But for the most part, we're always really safe. But just it's weird. Like we're just laying there and girls are yelling like. Ah!
When I was in the summer drive and we were touring, we actually got kicked out of a Walmart parking lot for performing a seance. That was the official reasoning.
A seance?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, y'all weren't really doing it, but they said y'all.
No, yeah, it was crazy. I think we were in North Carolina. And there are some times where it's late and you're deliriously tired, but you don't want to go to sleep just yet. Like, you're not that kind of tired where you can fall asleep. You're still, like, have this weird energy. So that's where we had a Frisbee. And we made up this game where we would all stand in the circle and we'd throw the Frisbee to each other. And if everybody caught it, we would take 2 steps back. And if somebody dropped it, we'd take 1 step forward. So from far away, there's this group of people throwing a disc in a parking lot and like synchronized stepping forward 1 or 2 steps back. And the employees got super freaked out and they called the cops.
What?
And they're like, "What's going on here?" Well, the cops pulled up like really quick. It's like, "What's going on here?" And it's like, nothing. We're just
Playing
here.
Frisbee.
Like, look, we bought some stuff from Walmart, and that's always a good idea.
Yeah.
Buy something from Walmart if you're going to stay in their parking lot, because otherwise it's just loitering. And if you can't afford it, I guess you can't afford it.
That happened to us one time, but we didn't get the cops calling us. We had
employees.
Yeah, we were like watching Scrubs in the back of the trailer.
Oh yeah.
We were just like eating like Cheetos and stuff like that. And the security guard came, or like some employees came, and they were like just asking us what were going on. And they actually we actually gave them a CD and stuff. They actually were talking to us about the band and stuff like that.
So they didn't kick you out for
They didn't kick us out, no. And we actually recorded a workout video. And we're like running around with a tire and stuff. I'm surprised we didn't feel like the cops caught on us.
That video is on our YouTube. If you want
It is?
Yeah.
Is it on there?
It's up.
No, I don't think it is
I
yet.
thought I put it up.
I haven't seen it
I
yet.
saw it there.
If not, we'll try.
Yes.
Okay, we'll
so
put it up
head
soon.
to the YouTube.
To the YouTube.
And you can find us doing awesome on-the-road workout exercises.
Yeah.
So anyway, the seance,
Yeah.
or again
Oh, wow,
interrupted.
we went off.
again.
That's
Sorry, I
good.
thought you started.
Yeah, the cops came by, and this was after the fact. We'd already, I think a couple of us were outside of the van just like talking, and the cops pulled up, like, "What's going on here?" Like, super freaked out, and they didn't know what to expect, because all they heard was that there was a seance being performed in the parking lot, and they needed to get there right now. And they were like looking at all of us and looking at the trailer and the van, and we're like, what's going on, guys? Like, we're just here. And he's like, "Is there anyone else out here?" And it was like 4 a.m, and there was nobody else out there. And we're like, "No, it's just been us. Is something wrong?" He's like, "We just got a call from the employees over here that somebody was performing a seance in the parking lot. You know anything about that?"
Yeah, that's us.
It's like, a seance? And then he's like, "Is anybody else in that van?" Yeah, and everybody got out of the van. It's like, "Anybody here know about a seance being performed?" "No, sir. We're not sure what's going on." He's like, And then he gave us the look. He's like, "Yeah, I don't know about these boys." And he said, "Well, you can't stay here." It's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Can't stay here. They don't want you here. We can't have you here. You got to go." And so we're like, "Okay, is there anywhere we can stay?" And it's like, "It'd be best if you got out of the city."
Whoa.
Like, okay. So we're like, "Okay, well, where's the nearest Walmart?" And this is a little bit before we had smartphones. And so we were like, I think we looked it up on a phone book or something. Or we went into
Aww, Simon.
Yeah, old tech. There used to be these things called phone books that had a list of phone numbers.
Oh, were they yellow?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I think it. Yeah.
Some of them were
My
yellow,
grandma
right?
had
Yeah.
It was yellow, I think.
My grandma has one of those.
I think I know your grandmother.
Cassette tapes.
So yeah, we ended up having to drive an hour and a half to the nearest Walmart,
God.
and we were at the point where we'd tired ourselves out to go to sleep, and then the cops came, and it was like, oh great,
I feel
let's
so
try not to die.
spoiled now that we can just like search Walmart on our phone and it brings up like
The directions
nearest
to it.
Walmart and the directions and the hours of operation.
But you gotta admit, it's very convenient for us.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
it's
I'm not
quite spoiled.
complaining.
Yeah, it's really awesome. I'm glad to be experiencing it.
Yeah, so we slept and did we talk about the base nasty cars?
We talked a little bit about it. There was the base nasty cars in the Walmart parking lot, but then there was also one that we experienced last night or the night before.
It was last night.
Yeah, this dude we were like filling up the tank, and this guy gets into this car, and it's like totally unassuming. He starts it up, and all of a sudden, just like the earth just shook.
And
It
we're
was-
inside the van. I was inside the van when
I was
heard
afraid my
it. I
heart was
still
gonna
heard it
stop.
Really loud.
That's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
Kind of want that in my car.
I know. I was really jealous, but at the same time, frightened for my life.
This is a tip if you want to impress girls or ladies. Get super heavy bass for your cars, because
Yeah.
Take out the
all the
back
girls
seat.
that were around were just going crazy, and I only saw Audrey, but she was going nuts over that guy.
I was naked by the end.
Yeah, it was weird. It's like the clothes were vibrating off of her.
Unraveling. Sorry, that's just funny. Music video idea. Anyway.
Whoa!
Not for us, guys.
Oh,
Maybe Skrillex or Bass Nectar.
Just so everyone knows, Cameron is Audrey's brother.
Yes, of course, guys. Let's
reiterate how
read
weird that
it
is.
out.
Yeah.
Make that very known.
Well, we all said, whoa!
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, moving on to
Right,
the next
so
topic.
we slept very comfortably, right, guys?
Oh,
it was
yeah.
nice and toasty.
It was
Oh my gosh,
I know,
yeah.
it was
It was
really
really
cold.
cold at night, but when we woke up, the windows were all like steamed. Like,
I was-
it was like dripping with perspiration.
I was cold, and I slept in the driver's
Really?
seat.
You were cold in the front seat?
Yeah. I
Like,
only had
when
like
we woke
there was
up?
only like one blanket left for me,
Dude,
or that I
slept from
found.
mine,
I was
dude.
like, I'm
But
going
Miguel
to
likes to sleep cold.
I
so
do
we'll
like
go
to sleep in
back.
the cold. I'm
Yeah,
not.
I don't understand that, but
I
hey,
don't feel bad.
to each his own.
Because when I was in my mother's womb, she would eat ice.
Oh, you're serious?
I'm serious.
Okay, I don't. Okay, right now this is a
He's not serious.
crying wolf situation. I don't know whether to believe you or not.
It's true.
Okay,
Look at his face, Cameron!
And I was also born into
and now you're lying.
pool
Anyway,
of cold water, ice water,
Yeah.
ice water.
they actually shipped
polar
him to
bear.
Alaska.
Polar bear delivered me.
Yeah.
So that's why.
And it had cold hands, too, because
Yeah,
it had poor
so-
circulation.
Yeah.
so.
So I just. like
True
the cold.
story.
How did we...
So, update
Anyway,
the
like
Wikipedia
it-
page.
Oh,
cold in
yeah,
the van.
so we woke up and it was super hot. We fell asleep and it was freezing, and we woke up and it was super hot. I had a dream that we drove to, like, shaded parking in the Walmart, and then I woke up again and we were still in the same spot. It was just weird.
This is a heat fever, I think.
Yeah, so we woke up and we wanted to do some Tampa stuff before we left, but we had a lot of stuff to do. So my coworker Josh is a beer aficionado.
His coworker at Jitters.
Yeah, he's another barista, and something I found out from him is that you can't ship beer for some reason,
No.
You can, you just can't let them know that you're shipping beer.
or like breweries can't ship it out.
Breaking the law.
Yeah, I think it has to be ground. I forget. There's a special way that you have to do it.
Oh, well, I don't know, but it's difficult or impossible. And so my friend Josh had me deliver some Texas beers to this Tampa brewery, which is one of the top 5 breweries, or so I hear, in the U.S. It's called Cigar City Brewery. So we went to the brewery and I gave them the box, and they opened it up, and it was like treats for them. They were like, "Oh my gosh, you got this one, we got this one." And so they,
To us, we're like, yep,
yeah,
that's the one,
That's
man.
beer.
That's that bottle.
that's a super cool beer.
And then
I like the artwork on
it was
it.
right down, like from where we handed it to them. There was like a whole separate bar where they had this ridiculous list of beers that you could try. You could either buy them full pints or like in little sample mugs that are just
You
really
can get
cool.
like it was like 4 little sample beers for $6 to $8.
Depending on the alcohol content. But it
Yeah.
was really cool because they had like one-off batches and pilot beers, so they're like testing it out there, and you can
Yeah.
Yeah.
tell them
They
you
had
like it or
like
not.
guest beers also from other places. But before we went over there, my friend Josh, like I bought some beers. He gave me some money and I bought the beers for him, and then for payment for giving them all those Texas beers, they gave him 2 of their really, really good beers, and they were like huge bottles. So we wrapped all that up, and then we went to the other bar and picked out 5
Yeah.
beers, like really, really cool beers to try out.
The
And they
little
were
sample
like
ones?
little sample cups, so we all had like a couple sips of each.
2 IPAs,
It's really-
a stout,
really
a dry.
They had a oatmeal raisin cookie beer.
It
Yeah.
smelled and tasted like exactly like an oatmeal cookie.
Yeah,
Beer.
weird.
It was so good.
They had like
And then- I'm sorry.
what was that IPA? Peach IPA, and then they had a red, like a hoppy red ale.
Yeah,
There was just a bunch of really cool ones.
it was cool, and it was like noon. It was a little bit before noon.
So you got
I
a
also
little,
mentioned that. Too.
yeah.
Wake up.
It was very fantastic. And then we also got down on some.
Shuffle.
Excuse me.
Right?
I'm sorry, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Got down some shuffleboard. It was got to show off my skills from that I acquired from Roosevelt's. So felt pretty good about that.
Even though you didn't win.
Yeah, whatever.
Roosevelt's is a bar.
Local
in-
bar in McAllen.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah.
And then after the brewery, this is a weird word to say. Brewery?
Brewery.
Brewery. Anyway, so we drove 30 minutes to the next city, which was Lakeland. Yeah, Lakeland, Florida. And we went to the Target and used their utilities to clean up because we hadn't showered. How many days?
6 days?
Good while.
No, that's 6 days.
4?
Cameron, I think you showered after Houston.
Oh, okay.
It was a while. It was enough. It was enough time.
Yeah, probably like maybe 3 days. Okay, we'll say three days.
For the most.
And
But-
waking up in that steam box at Walmart, it definitely made it so that we needed a shower pretty bad. But the Targets, if you're on the road, Targets are really awesome because they have clean bathrooms and they're always right there when you walk in. So you don't have to worry too much about like going to the back or finding where their bathrooms are. It's right there, and they
Because if
usually
you have your backpack with all your stuff, it looks suspicious walking through the store.
yeah, and they usually have a Starbucks there too, so you can get a cheap cup of coffee while you're there.
Yeah, I had a small coffee for $1.77. That's awesome.
That's pretty perfect.
The only thing I don't like about Target bathrooms is that all their bathroom stalls, their doors always open to the outside, and they always have really like crappy locks.
Well,
Like every time, the first time at Target back at home, I was using the toilet and the number 2s, and some guy just opened the door and saw me pooping.
Hey man, you got a nickel?
Hey, you got a nickel? Close that door. I don't know. I got all scared. It's always weird. You don't know what to do. You panic. You're like,
Well, in the girls' bathroom, they have the handicap bathroom. It's bigger, and there's a sink and a mirror inside of
that's
it.
what I was gonna
separate.
say. Yeah, the one we went to, it has the same thing for the guys' restroom. Unless I was in the girls' restroom, I don't know.
you might have gotten into the graduation.
But-
Right, we just didn't look at the signs.
Well,
Just
nobody
like, I gotta
questions
go.
Or whatever.
Let me in here.
So after that, we went to a Starbucks.
Went to a
went to
different
the-
Starbucks and a different Target.
Right next to a Staples,
Yeah,
That's weird. Why did we do that?
because
because we're thugs.
Well, we were going to go to a Starbucks, and then we saw that they had a Target and a Staples next to it, and we had to get some stuff printed out.
And we needed Wi-Fi as well.
yeah, so,
So-
We
it was
needed to
perfect.
get some things from Target, like a power strip.
Yeah, our power strip gave out.
Oh,
We got some energy drops that you put in your water, so instead of having to buy coffee, we can just squirt some of that.
and
It's cheap.
I'd recommend, like, if you're gonna be having like merchandising for like lights or whatever for your merch merch table, I would recommend getting a power strip, because half the time wherever you're going to be setting up at the venue, there is not going to be an outlet next to you, and if there's other bands, they're probably going to be lacking in outlet space.
Plus, you want to charge your phone and stuff.
Yeah,
it's handy.
definitely. And make sure to mark it. Get a colored tape or something. Just
everything you have.
Everything.
Because almost all guitar cases look like guitar cases, and when there's 30 guitar cases, it's hard to tell whose guitar case is whose guitar case. So when your guitar case has a piece of tape on it and like a weird color, like we have teal, this teal color, but they also make like zebra stripe and stuff. Get something that looks like you don't want it on your equipment.
Justin Bieber tape.
Yeah.
But something you don't want on your equipment, and you'll be able to see it right away in the dark. It's really, really helpful, so you don't leave something behind.
It actually also avoids picking up a guitar that is not yours and having the guy see you pick it up, him tell it to you, not understand what he's saying, crack a joke, and then him walk up to you and be like, "No, dude, this is my guitar." And then you'd be like, "Oh, no, I'm so sorry." Yeah.
That happened to Cameron.
I didn't... What? No?
Last night you threw someone's drum case.
No, it was... Hold on. That's
You just
intense.
threw it outside into a dumpster.
It was a cymbal stand. It was a
staring
cymbal case. And I thought someone threw mine, and I thought it was mine, so I just tossed, which I thought was mine, and in the air, I saw mine on the floor, and I was like, that one in the air is not mine, and I walked over there, kept it very daintily, and set it back on the floor where I found it, and it was very smooth, I must say.
Yes,
But
that was very smooth.
Yes, quite smooth. I felt like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
You ended up having a little bit of time.
Couple
hours. So I worked on the graphic for the podcast.
This podcast.
For this podcast.
This podcast.
Another thing I want to make sure to mention, and we got to try to mention in all the other ones, is if you have any questions for us at all, let us know, and we'll answer them for you. Or if you have anything funny to say, we can comment on that, or just whatever.
Yeah,
interaction.
Yeah, we gotta.
Oh, just a little clear up.
Yeah,
my friend, Beto, our friend Beto, he posted a comment on our Facebook that said,
in the first episode,
directing it to Audrey of our first podcast episode.
Sorry.
It was actually you actually called Beto to get my number.
Yeah, when we were looking for a bassist, and I remembered that Miguel played bass. I didn't call Vanessa to get Miguel's number. I called Beto.
So Beto,
I'm sorry.
thank you.
Shout
Beto.
out to you.
Yeah, the gangster.
For creating this.
He's single, ladies. Just FYI.
He's single ladies. Oh, the single ladies.
The Facebook we're talking about is facebook.com/6C.
Yes.
Well.
Oh,
So you could comment
for the questions. You
Yeah,
can
you
also
could comment.
Twitter. Are we doing hashtags?
Yeah, sure. Hashtag it
Just
up.
tweet at us.
Tumblr.
Hashtag band on tour.
Yeah.
And just put band on tour. Don't hashtag like 20 things.
Oh, and
Johnny
also
hates that. So.
for now it's being broadcast onto SoundCloud, but eventually we're gonna get to what state are we gonna get to?
State.
Where,
Well,
where
we'll-
your friend knows how to set it up on iTunes.
Yeah, we'll get it. We'll make sure it gets on iTunes. If you're listening to it on iTunes right now, then we've done it.
Success! Hurrah!
Yeah, we'll try to get it on Stitcher and all that stuff as well. All the podcasts
Yeah.
stations. So,
But yes, please shoot us questions, because when you're on the road, you can only have so much to talk about that certain venue. Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, when we were at the Starbucks, I had sent, like, Cameron and Johnny to Staples to print out some forums. Miguel was putting up the pictures from the photo booth. And, we were all busy. It was good. Productive. And,
yeah, we got a lot done. It's nice to have those kind of times where you can actually get some other kind of stuff done and you're not so dead tired from anything else that's been going on.
Yeah. Whenever you are on tour and you have days off, there are certain days off where you can literally go to a park and lay in the grass for hours, and there's other days when you know you have stuff you need to get done, and I recommend doing that, because if you just keep using your days off for fun, it turns into this big monster that you get overwhelmed by, and it
Do try to sightsee and, enjoy the places you're at, because I mean, if you're just starting touring, you probably haven't been to these places or had these opportunities, but
go meet
and I would
people.
recommend getting to the cities early to do the sightseeing instead of trying to get it in the next morning because you know it's
That
better
never
to
works
be
out.
safe.
Never.
You wake up and you don't want to wake up, and you woke up early and you're like, well, you know what? Next time I'm in this city, and then you just don't do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that night we played at a place called The Venue in Lakeland, and when we got there,
We were the first ones
we
there,
were there before anyone.
which is also a bad sign.
Oh yeah.
When you're there, before
When you're
the
there
promoters.
exactly on time and you're the only ones there,
Yeah.
yeah, that's also a bad sign.
Yeah.
Some things the guys did was rollerblade.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
Cameron.
not the guys.
I wouldn't call it rollerblading. I'd call it figure blading.
Figure blading.
I
Move
got,
it beautifully out there, man.
I got skills. What can I say? Back of my.
I didn't have any idea you actually knew what you were doing, and you were like going towards a speed bump. I was like, oh no, oh no, and then whoop, just went right by it. Whoa.
Man, I want to
good.
get on those rollerblades.
Yeah, I felt really
been a
good.
long
It's
time.
been
I wish they were
a
my
couple of
size.
years. You need to get a pair, man.
I wish they were my size.
Rinky
We'll make our next music video. We'll all be on rollerblades.
On
down.
treadmills?
Meals?
Tricycles, you mean?
No, on treadmills.
Treadmills, like
Okay,
okay,
go.
go.
Oh, okay. Wow, I was just. Cindy said
Hey
it like
everybody,
30
welcome
different
to the
writing
fourth episode
things went through my
of
head.
Band on
All of them were
Tour.
wrong. Okay.
Brought to you by
Sorry.
Rinky Dinky Co.
Treadmills.
My name is
The
Simon
venue had
Alexander,
a
owner
barbecue
creator
pit
of
set
Rinky
up,
Dinky
and
Co.
oh my
You
god.
can get
Excited.
Rinky Dinky
T-Rex.
Rhyme book
Let's hear about
on the
the
iPad
T-Rex.
right now,
Okay.
or in the future.
Well,
If you're listening to this in the
T-Rex,
future, you can get it on probably all of those
Voice
mobile
on.
devices.
Alright,
Unless
check
it's
it
some
out.
future
It's
tech
a cheeseburger.
that doesn't allow
with
children's book apps,
one
or there's
patty,
like
one cheese,
alien overlords
and
that don't
also
want
has
any
a whole
children
lot of-
creativity,
Yeah.
then you
has a whole
probably
lot
won't
of
be able to
pulled
get to
pork,
it. But if you're living
thrown
right
on
now,
top of that,
you can get it
smothered
on
in
the
barbecue
iPad.
sauce.
The band,
Was there a pickle?
like that,
No
will always
pickles. I
be
was
the
live,
6C.
and I heard
You can see,
someone was like,
get more
"Give me a pickle,"
more
and I was
info
like, cool.
from them on
Sandwich.
facebook.com/6C.
And there was no pickle.
They probably
And-
meant pickled feet. Pickled
I'm not
feet.
Pickled eggs, we got pickled sausage.
It was actually really funny because when I before I ordered it, the guy that was like originally cooking it, he's significantly taller than me, and I asked him, I was like, "What's the
And
deal
we're
with this
currently in
T-Rex?
Gainesville,
How big are we
It
talking?"
wasn't the guys. It was the
FL,
guys.
Florida.
No, it was the
Lowrider.
taller. Yeah, the owner of the venue. And
He's a
he was
pretty
like,
big guy.
yeah, he told me he's like, it'll like feed a
And bring it
family
back
of four, and I was like,
Continuity.
oh my gosh, I was preparing myself for this like monstrosity, and I got it, and I was like, okay,
Yeah, it was a
and
lot.
then I bit into it, and after that,
It had the flavor of
Lowrider.
4 burgers,
Yeah.
but the size of it was one like normal sized one.
yeah,
That brought
So
back
we
a
left
memory of when
Chipotle
I went to a
yesterday.
gun show when I was
We tried to
young.
leave early,
And
but Logan would not
like I
have
went to
it.
this watch
Logan would not
stand,
have
like
it.
this dude was selling.
That never works. Leaving
Selling
Florida
watches?
early. We
That's
always,
true.
we always stay as long as we
I was really young. I really
Really
wanted
wanted
one. So I was asking which one's good, and he's like, "Oh, this one's great. It'll do everything except walk the dog for you and pick up the Sunday paper." Yes,
Remember that?
this is it. I'm gonna have this watch
We
that
had
can do
to call
everything.
Cox.
Not all.
And I
of them.
bought
Yeah,
it for
Spitfire
$5,
He
and I took it home, and the little light on the side of it was like one of those lights that only covers like.
So I just.
It's an old one. It doesn't even make the whole thing light
You're
up,
going
so
to
you can like
follow
sort of
this.
see one of the numbers on the end. It's not even like the important number. And then the battery died like a week later. So I wish I had been there when he told you the size of 4, like the family of 4. Because I would have shot back to that time in my memory, and I was just like, "Liar! You're a
Not
liar!"
5 finger
The
discounts.
phone.
The 5 up discount. And yeah, it's really.
we finished
good.
those burgers.
It's a really, really
like,
good
in
discount. So
3
if you're out on
bites.
the
Yeah,
road,
it was so good.
Seriously.
you need some strings.
And then we had to
or
kind of
some,
hurry. Well, not hurry because
drumheads or whatever,
bands were
something
playing it,
happens.
and we're eating outside because
So you just need to restock.
loud.
Yeah,
Little
loud.
Guitar Center.
But there's we played a hardcore show
Yeah,
that
we
night.
played another hardcore show.
Another hardcore show, and there was a good amount of bands. There's like they said they're lined up like 6 bands or 7 or 8, but like 3 or 2 dropped or
Two
something.
bands had a drop.
One of them like got a flat tire on the way, so. And they lived like 3 hours away, so
Yeah.
they just hit it back home because it was,
Yeah, and there was like about a good 50 kids. What did you guys say?
Yeah, I'd say there's about 50
About
kids.
50 kids. They were all really, really nice.
Fantastic.
Really, really cool. Like I don't know. It was funny because one of the guys that was playing the show, he was telling me how before the hardcore scene really blew up there was a really big indie scene that just like took over everything. So all the people that were in the hardcore bands used to play in indie bands, so they weren't as close-minded as most like.
That's weird. Then how come everybody was?
But at the same time, I think
It spreads easy.
it's important to say we sold one
I know.
thing. We sold one EP that night, and it was to
The drum,
the bass player for Omissions, and he was like a super awesome guy. He was like talking it up, really cool attitude. But we sold one EP.
But
That doesn't mean that we didn't
we were
make
all
friends
pretty
and
tired. They were
possible.
so impressed. Like they were complimenting us over and over. So,
But at the
This
same
is
time,
not a
it
complaint.
was a
It
rough
was actually
night
kind of
financially
well, it was
because
really
we
cold
sold one
that night
thing.
when we got
Yeah.
there,
And
to
we got some
sleep. It was,
pictures,
like,
made some friends,
awesome.
but
And then when we
that
woke
was
up,
that
I
was all we got.
freezing.
Yeah.
And
But
at the end of the
when
night,
Audrey and I,
which
got up,
is
like we're all like huddled
when you're
pretty close together.
getting
When Audrey
paid,
and I got up, we looked over,
you
and
stayed the
Zayo,
entire show
their dog,
because
was,
that's
like,
what you're
nestled
that's what
with-
you're
with
supposed to
Cameron,
do. You stay
like,
for the
this,
entire
personal
show, even if you
leader.
play first.
Oh, he's probably really close.
Not it's respect. It's not even if you know. Oh, we're not going to sell anything. You stay there because that's your job. You're working. You're there. You agreed to be there.
He
That's
doesn't
what you
care.
do. So at the end of this night, the night when part of the night where you get paid, I went and talked to the only dudes that were there. And said, "Hey, so who do we talk to about getting paid for tonight?" And they all looked at me shocked. They're like,
I'm not
oh, that's this other guy over here, and he took off. And I was like, can you get him on the phone? He said, I'm not sure. And then Audrey said, oh, I've got his number. I'll give him a call.
Beautiful and muscular. And
Dude left.
It looks like it's
The dude who's supposed to pay, the dude who's in charge of the
Gotta be a
stuff,
guy. If it's that
took
beautiful, it
off
must be.
without
No, but I
paying,
mean, like,
without
it's so-
letting any of us know. And I'm sorry, I was super
I think we mentioned this last
super hyped up and mad
Sweet,
about this last night. I was going off, and I felt kind of bad at the end of that. But I was just, that is so unprofessional, beyond unprofessional. It's a lack of respect, just even on a human level. If you can't pay somebody, you can't pay them, and you go and you tell them, hey, I'm sorry. We didn't make any money tonight. We cannot pay you. That's the end of it. But to leave and not mention it to anybody, and then have us try to figure out what's going on after the fact, that's unprofessional. And part of tour, a big part of tour, actually, is building contacts. And you learn through the experience of playing and dealing with people who is genuine in the things that they say, who is professional in the way that they act, and who is unprofessional in the way that they act, and who is ungenuine in the things they say after the fact. And unfortunately, this is something that every band is going to deal with if you're on the road. It's not something to get too down on because it happens, but you learn from these experiences. Like,
yeah, so
we're not going to be working with that person
We didn't really
anymore.
get to hang out with anyone.
Just, and it's not that that's not that they're bad people. They're just this is business. It's work. It's hard work. It's dangerous work.
Yeah,
we're driving a lot. It's
we forgot
there's going to be some major weather that we have to deal with later on in this tour.
We're like, oh, hey,
and it's scary. And
so then we're
spending a lot of money on gas just to get to the next city. So when we go to a city and play and stay there the entire night, we were one of two bands, two bands that were left there. So like we were pretty much the last people there. We stayed the entire time, and to find out that they just left, didn't say anything. It is a slap. It's a spit in the face.
So if you're touring,
and so if you ever plan to be a promoter, don't do that. Especially to a a band, because
at least if you're going east.
If I were to ever hear anybody saying, "Hey, we're going to be playing in
otherwise it's like
Tampa," right?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, not Tampa. Lakeland.
Yeah,
hey, we're going to play in Lakeland. Do you know anybody that's good
during the drive? Well.
Right now, we could say
Audrey and I are driving.
We're not sure who's good, but we know who's bad, and we know who to stay away from.
Game.
Yeah. And you don't want to be that person because
really good.
It's
if you haven't read
it really isn't
game
anything personal. It's a business thing.
By Orson Scott Card.
And like I said before,
I think if you're a fan of any genre,
as a band, like having to be a part of the band, it's something that you can't avoid
had my
100%.
Harry Potter
But you can't avoid it for the second
Harry Potter
time.
series in high
You know,
school, and I was all about it.
If you deal with somebody
Some
who's
guy was
awesome,
like, I'll read it if you read my favorite book.
it is an
Because
amazing
I
experience because there's
was like,
years
fine,
and
I don't
years
like
and years
sci-fi,
of a
but
relationship
whatever.
that
So
you have
I
with
read
them,
it,
and it's
and
not
it
just,
became one
it
of my
doesn't
favorite
just
books
stay
ever
business.
of all time.
It becomes friendly
Really cool.
because you're
Listening-
helping each other out.
Well,
If
podcast
you
too, but
deal with something like what we dealt with
the
last night,
audiobooks, anything that's spoken word and it's like a story. While
learn
you're
from it,
driving, it'll make the drive
move
go
on,
by so
never
much
deal with that
faster.
person
It keeps
again
your mind
professionally.
engaged so you don't
Christian
get
Bale.
tired.
Yeah.
It's really, really awesome.
and move on.
Yeah, well, before we end that night, I want to mention that. What it was
Right.
like the first
I wake up and
bands,
it's
there
like,
was no moshing
yeah,
or like
totally.
hardcore dancing going on. I asked Cameron
Yeah, it's
why,
it's
and
nice
he said that
sometimes
he
if you're trying
didn't
to sleep
think
and
they
there's a
knew how
voice.
to.
No. I
Sometimes
heard that
soothing
they
to
weren't
also
allowed
put-
to.
if you're
Like I heard
actually
there was a
listening.
no
Oh,
moshing.
I think that was just me
Weird.
saying that.
Dry
I was just messing with
Mr.
you.
Fibber over here.
Dude, I thought you knew I was joking.
No, I didn't know because like these bands are just getting down, like going crazy, and like everybody's just
Like, they're
standing
making a
still.
movie where
And I was like,
so
there has to be a
like that.
reason why
And,
nobody's moving.
You know,
And I was
when
like,
they make books
by
and
the way,
movies,
you
they
all
usually
were
don't do a
amazing.
very good job,
I just want to
but
clear that up.
the
But
casting
everybody was saying
is
still, so I thought,
amazing.
okay,
It's,
there
like,
has to be a
perfect.
reason.
I
And
looked up all
so
the
right when we
actors, and
finished
it's
our
just
set that
absolutely
night,
perfect.
we ended.
Plus, I think it's a really good
I'm gonna drop the surprise. If we ever play a hardcore show,
Yeah,
again,
whoever it is,
you come to a hardcore
is
show, we
good.
play
Okay.
it. We drop a
Look it up,
breakdown at
then
the end
I
of our
can
song
remember. Ben
Robot.
Kingsley's
Well,
gonna
Johnny
be in
said-
there.
And basically what happened is I was like, everybody, you're ready to move. And then it happened, and I was like, oh my gosh, they do. They're not. It's like there's no rules. And so like after that, yeah, like well, I'll let Johnny humiliate me really quick.
Fascinating who is
Yeah, talk
driving.
about this guy.
Well, I mean, we did this breakdown before.
But,
It's just a simple breakdown that
It
we
was
played.
sick. It was awesome.
It was awesome the first
beautiful,
time we did it.
man.
We did it with the Sky
Corey's
Bowl and
house.
Bobby from the
Pretty much
Sky
all
Bowl
the
got on
guys,
stage
yeah.
and yelling at the mic. That was cool. And we tried to do it
We
again
were
last
recording
night.
it
I didn't even know about it. I just saw
I
Cameron
thought you
keep
knew.
going with the
We thought you
jumps.
knew.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't
Oh,
talk
there goes
about
that thought
it.
again.
Okay,
We thought.
yeah,
I
we
thought.
thought we knew.
Yeah.
Now we talked to you guys.
Okay, anyway, yeah.
Okay, we got started playing the breakdown rhythm, and Cameron was just like all beat, hit the cymbal, like
Doing what? Doing
What?
Cameron World stuff.
yeah, it's like
He was timming it up, man.
know about it.
I don't know anything about
Anyway,
it.
but we finally got it all together at the end. It sounded cool, and I should do some sweeps and awesome.
I couldn't really get into it because I was really off.
I couldn't. This is the weirdest thing.
But it
The
was so
second,
fun. Everyone was like,
yeah, the second we started, I lost Miguel's bass and Johnny's guitar completely. I couldn't hear anything. So I was like, all right, they're going to follow me eventually. So I'll just do my thing and see if they jump on my wagon. And so it just worked out perfectly. And yeah, it was great.
And then, like, the other bands after us were not, you know, the people were moving more. Cameron was in the crowd, and he was.
The crowd started or hardcore dancing or
Yeah.
moshing, whatever it is. But I saw Cameron. Okay, Cameron does this thing. It's safe moshing.
I want to say right now, I don't blame him for doing this.
I
I
understand.
respect it because you're getting in there still, but still, go ahead.
I mean, if you don't know what hardcore dance is or moshing, you just usually just throw your arms and your fists and kick and do flips and
Trying to
shit.
get people.
I don't think you're trying to.
Yeah, I don't think you're trying to hit people. You kind of just like
If you hit someone on accident,
Yeah, it happens.
but people are usually cool about it. Like, oh, sorry, you know,
Yeah.
Bleed him in the face, dude. It's totally cool. I
I
understand. You're
just
in the
I
zone.
feel like it's just a way
It's a
just
one
to
shot,
release
pretty
your.
much.
Oh no, it is. Like you're feeling the beat,
I wish
but
you could see him right now.
Yeah, I'm like
He's doing it.
kicking and.
But Cameron does safe moshing, so he has his eyes wide open, checking his surroundings. His head is like down to his shoulders, like where he could keep kind of crouched and stuff, and his legs are squatted.
Got to stay nimble.
Yeah, so he's walking through. Everybody's like
everyone's
kicks.
kicking around and moving
So one guy's doing like a roundhouse kick, and Cameron
Smith from
underneath it. He like walks back and then jumps forward, and then once it's cleared, he gets in. He does his stuff, and somebody comes and he backs out.
I'm like a hardcore dancing ninja.
I'm here. Out. You see me?
Oh, windmill kick. Ooh,
But then he didn't get to me. I was standing in the back. I wasn't doing it, but he got back to me and I kicked him in the butt. just so you can feel a little something.
He had to keep me keep it in check.
But
No, let's address
It was really
what's
fun.
what's going on.
That was
I'm
a
down.
fun night.
That was
Despite the
great-
It's just, I understand
Great
that, like,
show.
a lot
Next
of people
hardcore
that
show,
I
we're all
talk to,
gonna
and
have
I
to
try to tell them about
safe
music.
mosh.
or
Safe
music.
mosh, yeah.
but, like,
Promote
I
that.
don't, like,
Everybody be
I-
safe
I-
when
I
you're
also-
moshing. Girls are in the crowd too, and I've seen girls get beat in the face really bad.
Girls get hit in
So
the
So
face.
be careful
check,
when
But I
you're
check,
joined-
check
I
yourself.
joined bands
Well,
too.
wait, hold on.
You wanna be able to
Quick,
do
girl
the
wants to
stuff,
get in the mosh
technology's
pit.
there. Everybody's
Okay, fine.
doing it.
Okay,
you're stepping into the danger
So, like,
zone.
a lot of
Girls, be
people
careful,
will-
guys. Be careful.
like,
Everybody, safe
a
moshing.
lot of people, like,
Yes.
honestly,
Safe
won't
moshing.
go
Yeah,
through the
well,
trouble of buying
I
the
guess this is
album.
gonna
Like,
wrap
if
up
you go
our-
into it, if you like,
Our
if you can
episode today.
get them the
So,
album
guys,
tour from us
until
and
then,
that right
Stay
now,
60,
everyone.
everyone.
Time to like, I need to buy this CD, but we'll eventually need to buy the CD. That's why, like, I was really against
I know, right?
websites like that, like Pandora and stuff. But if you think about it, it definitely leads up to a purchase or a great show in like 5 years. You know.
Yeah, I think
It's a touchy subject.
it is a touchy subject, but it's where things are headed. Nobody's going to be able to slow down pirating. The only way to have your album not be pirated is to make a really bad album, because then nobody's going to want to listen to it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, assume way more people are going to be listening to your album than you think, because they're going to be downloading it, and bring them more content. And especially if you can do free content, like this is a podcast that's going to be free, and you can hear more about us, and you can become engaged with your audience in other ways, and it will eventually become fruitful, which was a word that Cameron used earlier, and that was stuck in my psyche.
No, he said fruition.
Oh, never mind.
I think
I like fruitful.
Yeah.
That works. New word of the day.
Yeah, but it is a touchy subject, but it's something that has to be dealt with.
Yeah.
Record labels are freaking out right now about it.
Yeah.
Artists are reaping benefits from it because they're able to have a larger fan base easier.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of free albums that are coming out now. There's a lot of different ways that independent artists are able to get their album out now through torrenting. Like, because there's hosting issues, if you want to have your own album to be downloaded from your website, you can create a torrent, have a donation thing or have a pay thing, and then they download the torrent file, and you let everyone else that's downloaded it as well seed it, so you're not paying for download fees. So there's positives to it, and then there's negatives to it, but the whole thing is you have to be creative. If you can't hold on to something that's not working out and then try to change laws to fit the old way, because that's just not where the world is headed. So
and
be ahead of the curve.
The label we're on, Ottoman Color, they're one of the band. They're one of the labels that are trying to figure out what to do, how to get ahead of the game.
They're getting creative, which is a good thing.
Yeah. So anyway, we're in the house of Frameworks, in the frame of their house,
frame
if you
of their
will,
works.
of their work. Anyways, you should check them out for sure. When we were in the studio with them, we were able to hear the songs in production, and they sounded so good. And their album's coming out really, really soon. I think February 11th, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Frameworks, check them out. They're on Facebook and all that.
Is there a Facebook link we can get from them?
If you search Frameworks, they're like the top one.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
like 3,000 likes.
Wow. Okay, go search them right now, everybody.
Anyway, so what's...
When
we first parked here,
Oh.
we parked, right? And we're like, okay, cool, really excited.
Dark.
I open the door. It's dark, right? There's humongous trees. I open the door and I hear a scream. I'm just like,
uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
That's a good sound.
Yeah, this is probably the greatest thing to hear when you first enter a place. But then, the second we got out of the car, we were greeted by a very friendly, happy face. Walk inside, even happier people. And I was just like, this is not a creepy, screaming place. So we're good. We are
Imagine
very
if we were
safe.
greeted by a Greedo.
A Greedo?
Oh, Insane Clown Posse. Oh,
Yeah,
that.
Greedo.
What's a Greedo?
A Grito.
I'm gonna do it, and I may have to make it quieter.
Hold on,
Before we do it, what's a Greedo?
Oh, you mean not the way she said it?
What's a Greedo?
Wow, what's a Greedo?
A Greedo sounds like a greet. Oh, I mean,
Like a greet.
Exactly, guys. I was making a pun. A pun.
Let's
a pound? Yeah, make it a pound.
I was making a pun.
You mean
what's
a
the proper way to
grito?
say a
And
grito?
I said we were greeted by a Greedo.
Grito.
Español, grito.
Yeah, because you should never try anything. If you try something and fail at it, you're You're bad.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
horrible.
So do it right the first time each time.
Sarcasm.
All right,
Sarcasm.
Simon, let's hear grito.
Okay, I'm gonna go in the other room because this is really loud.
This is going down, ladies
The
and
guys in the
gentlemen.
house are gonna be like, "What is going?"
You're about to get greeted.
Oh, can you stop?
Heavy heels. Here you go.
Oh my god, keep that, man.
We could lower the volume,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, that's gonna be clipping to hell.
That's what you would hear at any kind of Mexican.
Well, no, that's what you hear at a 6C concert.
Every day of our lives. But yeah, so that'd be really interesting. I think I'd be more scared if I heard that the second I opened the door. Confetti thrown in my face. Oh my gosh.
There's a piñata out back. Let's go.
People shooting guns in the air, walking out.
That's awesome. But
Right, so last
yeah,
night's
so-
show was so cool. It was a house show.
really awesome. It was like a great show. I'm just pointing out really awesome pin bullets that I posted on our list for today
Cameron
to
wrote
talk about.
down really awesome people. And he
The
was
point is like, no, not just awesome,
Really awesome.
And it was a great show.
It wasn't just a show, but
It was a house show.
Yeah, it was definitely awesome. The people that were there watching were super interested. They're genuinely
Absorbing the experience
Yes.
of 6C.
yes, and it was great because since I had to really control my drum levels, it really allowed
did.
everybody else's instruments to really shine through and really portray
because we played in a living room, what
Tiny
looks like a
living
living room, yeah.
Like
So,
the
like-
size of my room.
Like half of it, maybe less than half, is what we use for like drums, our instrument, and a little space where mics and where we stand. And the other half of the room, that's where everybody stood.
Yeah. It was very intimate. That's
Yeah,
my
they were
favorite
really
thing
close, so
about
we
it.
couldn't play
Yeah.
too loud.
The PA is really small, so my vocals couldn't get super high. So this is another example of how you have to adapt to your environment when you're on tour. And everything sounded really balanced
Yeah,
because we all had to control our sound levels.
You turn down, even in places like, because you don't want to turn down, especially a house show, you want it to be loud and there, but you realize, oh wait, everything put together does get really, really, really loud.
Yeah.
And if you can sound balanced at a house show, it's awesome. It's really, really awesome because
Yeah.
it's not easy to do.
It was so nice because I would ask the crowd, like, hey, how does everything sound? And they were like, it sounds perfect.
And we're like, you're
"Aw,
perfect."
Stop it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, the people were so awesome, and they were just watching us play and
They
like
were
jamming
really
out,
awesome.
and then afterwards it'd be like yelling, like, "Wow, you're awesome!" And we're like, "You are awesome!"
You're the best. But it was cool because right after we played, the next band played, and right after they finished, we set up this photo booth, and usually when we set up the photo booth at a venue, people are like, "Oh, I don't know,
Is it free?
is it free?" I'm like,
They're like, "Tee."
yeah, they're really timid or not timid, worried, you know.
You use that word a lot.
I use that word wrong a lot, but
No, that was right. Timid was
oh,
correct.
wow.
Well,
okay.
last time he called somebody timid, physically timid.
But anyway,
He
let's move on from my
but he
SAT.
learned because he used it correctly
Let's move
right
on from my
now.
Give me
imperfections.
some of that.
But
Slow.
but the photo booth went awesome. We got some amazing pictures. Everybody was getting all crazy, packing in like sardines.
Yeah, we have a new technique now. We have Cameron, Miguel, and Johnny on camera,
Yeah.
and
Brings a
drawing
lot
in
more
people.
Yeah.
So it's really
It's
awesome.
fun.
So next time, if you go to one of our shows coming up, you'll see me or Johnny or Miguel rocking the photo booth and just run on down and
Take a free photo.
take a free picture.
You
Yeah, we don't know though. YOLO.
It's never gonna get old.
That's never gonna go.
Oh, and we're also
right?
back in Checkers territory.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, we had our first checkers, Johnny and I. Oh, and Cameron too.
And me and
Oh yeah.
Oh,
we
you
all
guys.
did.
When did you guys go? Oh, you
That's
guys
why I
went
got
in the
Cameron.
car.
I brought
Oh, that's
Cameron
right.
my
That's right.
leftover burger.
Oh man, that's so
So
good.
And the people that worked at that Checkers were so nice.
They were. She was like, "Hi, what can I get for you?" I'm like, "Wow, I'll take a cheeseburger." Is that all?
We didn't get any ketchup, and then so we went around. It's like, hey, we just ordered burgers. Can we get some ketchup? It's like, oh yeah, sure. Come on right up. Come on. Right up. Whoa.
So sweeties, y'all had an awesome evening. I was like, thank you.
Me and Johnny were about to stop at McDonald's just to get something,
Oh,
and then we
no.
saw the checkers a little further down. Like,
to get McDonald's.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Why would you get McDonald's?
But if McDonald's
Checkers,
wants to
right?
sponsor Sexy,
Oh, yeah.
you throw a lot of money
Actually,
away. Yeah, absolutely.
But we won't ever eat you.
That's an interesting.
No.
Would you guys actually be down with McDonald's
Of
sponsoring us?
course, they have salads.
I wouldn't. Oh yeah, I guess.
Okay.
They have like those apple
Just the
salads.
salad sponsoring us.
Well,
What?
Be sponsored by a salad.
Salads.
That
We can
sounds
get
awesome.
those ice
60
creams.
salad.
Fine.
Oh my
Ice creams
gosh,
and
you're
salads
right,
and
the
apple pies.
McFlurries.
On our contract, it'll say we get free ice creams whenever we want.
And it says, but no burgers because you talked about
But
us bad.
Cameron's not allowed to have ice cream because
Hey,
the windows will be down all the
Yeah.
time in the van.
Wow.
And that's everybody.
I think the
Everybody gets
word-
a little
Yeah,
gassy.
The word would be TMI.
TMI.
Did you say gasty?
Ghastly from Pokemon.
Gassy.
It's like nasty gas. Gasty.
Gasty.
But yeah, seriously, that's another thing about touring. You have to watch your milk intake.
Yeah, because if you don't, you better check yourself or everybody's going to be smelling your milk intake.
Outtake. Output.
Ew.
Yeah, that was good, but bad at the same time.
Yeah.
We do have this really nice vanilla cupcake smelling spray.
Yeah.
We haven't used it in a while.
Where is it?
It's somewhere in there.
Is it really in the van?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so our first tour, we stopped at a Target, and they had this vanilla cupcake air freshener. They had a bunch of scents, but we picked that one. And I think it was like a limited time thing, because I've never seen it again, but it smells divine.
Yes.
And it lasted us for like 4 tours.
Yeah, seriously.
It's still there somewhere, and
And it just like you spray it into the bottom vent by the feet, and it just spreads through the whole car, and you're just like,
instant
and it's
reminiscing.
just like, oh my gosh.
Brings me
Yeah.
back to the first tour. It was so fun.
Like when I was at home sometimes driving around the van, I would look at it and I would just spray it just to spray it, and I would just be there like,
Good time.
I know, right? Just take me back.
For anybody that may be outside, sorry, that Grito screwed up my throat. Anybody that may be outside of the U.S., I don't think there's Targets outside the U.S.
Oh yeah, there are.
It's basically this like super store that
like a
has
Walmart.
everything. I think they get all their stuff from China. You can just get like everything for like a reasonable price. Hopefully, there's no lead.
My dad really likes Target.
I like Target.
Yeah, I like that.
I like their awesome kitchen right in the front.
Oh, the little snacks.
You get
there.
like hot
Yeah.
dogs. Little
Me
pizzas.
and my dad just go out and just walk around Target and then just get some popcorn for the road. And just leave.
You don't get
Just,
anything at Target?
No, we shop, but sometimes we just go for fun.
That's cool, man.
So cute.
They
Say
kind
hi
of
to
do have a
Dad.
cool
Hey, Dad, what's
layout.
up, Dad? What up, Dad?
Let's go walk around Target, yo.
Go back
We'll,
off some
we'll
kicks.
walk around Target in your memory.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, we were supposed to get sunglasses.
No!
Okay,
No!
this thing's coming up. We're getting sunglasses. We're getting
A new power strip.
new power strip. And then tonight, where are we heading to, everybody?
We are heading to Tampa.
Florida.
Tampa, Florida.
This
I
is
don't
nice.
think we
It's like the
mentioned where we're at right now, did we?
very beginning.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
We're in Gainesville, just to reiterate.
Games.
And the weather is nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then I looked on Facebook, and my friend Danielle in Ithaca, New York, which is upstate New York, it was 3 degrees.
Now it's 3 degrees.
It's 3 degrees.
So
3
we're
whole
going to
degrees.
3-degree weather, everybody.
And right now it's probably like 55 or something.
Just speak warmth on us. That's all I need you to do. Speak warmth.
We tend to bring the warmth with us, so hopefully that's
True, I should just
a
drop,
factor.
go back up to like 60 degrees when we get there.
To be like that Campbell's commercial.
Oh yeah, the snow.
Again?
The snowman.
The what?
The snowman boy.
The Campbell's commercial.
Yeah. When he walks
Oh,
in as
and
a
he's, like,
snowman, he starts
melting.
eating, and the snow melts off of him.
The noise in that commercial, the walking on snow,
Yeah.
makes me cringe so bad. It's like
It's like slush kind of.
yeah, it's not. It's like fingernails on a chalkboard to me. It hurts.
Just hearing, just like hearing the words fingernails on
As
chalkboard.
the talking guy.
You know what makes me go like that? When someone's
Everybody's like,
with like a popsicle, you know, a popsicle stick,
Yeah.
the wooden part, when someone like rubs it up against their top 2 teeth.
Really?
What?
Even when
I do that
I
all
do
the
it to
time.
my, like even when it happens to me, I was like, ah.
That's so weird. I've never heard of
my
that.
body's just.
I can run my nails down a chalkboard. It doesn't bother me.
No, the
Well,
word.
if you do it, it's fine. If
Well,
someone
that's
else
not-
does it,
No, someone else even. I've had friends who like silverware on
Oh, yeah.
silverware. Everything
bothers me.
go.
I don't know. The weirdest
Like
thing
on a
is,
plate, when it's on a plate, it's like,
Yeah.
no, stop.
I
the
think I
worst
used
is
to
when
do
you're
that.
when you're trying to cut something on a plate and then your knife accidentally goes past the meat and it and you're just like ah guys, take it away from me. Take it away from me. I'm just gonna pass on the delicious.
Styrofoam on styrofoam.
That one actually doesn't get me.
That one is
What?
mine.
No,
yeah.
I'm gonna get you.
No.
I'll get to the van. I'll be like,
Guys, we're gonna show up to the next couple shows. People are gonna be like, "Hey, I brought plates and knives. Oh, I brought some styrofoam as well."
There's some popsicles too.
Here's for Johnny. Are you like, why would you do that? Make a video of us eating them and cringing.
Eating popsicle plates.
Popsicle plates. Popsicle plates. Yeah, they're made out of wood.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
But I'm gonna call a conclusion to this podcast. Is everybody
Any
agree?
time?
Well, we're 29 minutes in.
Yeah, sounds good.
okay.
Well,
Oh.
let's talk
Because
about
you know
that.
what's weird?
I gotta take this. It's the printing.
You know, to talk about that one sound we got. Remember when we were walking back from Checkers? That one sound. I don't know what it sounded like. A baby crying.
Oh.
Weird.
Oh,
like
that was really weird.
I don't even know what. I don't even know
Yeah,
what
it was
sounded
weird. It's just like a constant scream. Like,
like. I don't remember what it sounded like. It was scary though.
yeah.
Guys, the business cards are ready.
Business cards.
Oh,
are
yeah,
ready.
business
That's
cards.
early.
Note to everybody that's listening. Business cards are ready.
We went out and got some business cards done.
It's like 2.5 hours early.
That's awesome.
That's great.
Okay, so
What was that
if
business
you're
called?
in Gainesville, Florida, and you need anything printed, go to Renaissance Printing. Renaissance Printing. It's awesome. We walked in, it was like humongous, and they have like 4 stations to help out people, and they're really nice.
They do
and
proofing like
super fast.
super fast. It's awesome.
Very friendly, quick service. So, yeah, Renaissance Printing in Gainesville, Florida. Or even if you're not there, they do shipping and good prices too. So, yeah, I had made some business cards that have our logo on the front, and then on the back it's links to all of our social media websites and the albums that we have on iTunes for you to download, and our booking email address and our regular email address. So expect to get one of those if you're at one of our shows. It's really cool. I'm excited.
And they're free, so if we give you one,
And yeah,
I ask of you to not throw it away.
yeah.
If you're gonna throw it away, make sure to give it back.
Throw it back to us.
Yeah, just
But
throw
if
it
you-
back at me.
Like if you get a picture taken at our photo booth, we'll hand you a card and it'll have our Facebook, and we'll say just go to our Facebook and you can get your picture there.
That's right. Yeah.
Go and tag
Sweet,
yourself.
so excited, guys.
We'll be friends forever. But
So
everybody,
yeah, to make sure to check out facebook.com/6C, and also I've been forgetting this for all the other podcasts. Go to facebook.com/rinkydinkyco
Yeah.
as
oh
well,
yeah, definitely.
and add
Follow us
that.
both on Twitter. All of our links are there. So
I want to elaborate on your app like we did at that show.
Okay.
It's a really cool thing. It's you basically start your story and there's like a picture, very like not a lot of stuff going on, but there's one main thing you're focusing on, and then all along the right side there's these stickers, right? And you basically, when the stickers are all in place, you can play them, touch them, and they're all different notes with different different synthesizers and pianos and stuff. So
well,
it
each
sounds
page
really cool.
has a different sound, a different
Yeah.
chord to
And
play
there's,
with the
like-
background music.
And the
so-
and the background music is constant. It's this very like peaceful, like entrancing melody line. So get it. It's very. It incorporates peacefulness. It incorporates musical creativity. It
And
encourages
creativity.
reading. It encourages
Helps with shape reasoning,
Yeah, you can-
spatial
you can-
reasoning.
make them bigger, smaller, change the direction. You can do all this fancy stuff, and it's just really, really nice.
and it's just fun, even for like adults.
Yeah.
Yeah, I designed it
playing
to. I designed it to be fun for adults and kids.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to do that, but I figured if I didn't get tired of it when I was making of it, it would probably be pretty good for
Yeah.
adults as
Mhm.
well.
And you were working on it for how long?
So far, about 13 months.
13 months.
Yeah, full time.
Snap
It's my
baby.
job.
And we're really happy to have them on tour with us.
Definitely.
So, thanks.
Well, we.
Whoa, we will.
Just kidding. Just kidding. Simon.
Thanks, Johnny. I think that's the first time you've ever told me anything that you were just kidding. It's just usually a barrage of hatred.
Like this podcast wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for
Definitely.
Rinky Dinky Co. So we're happy.
Check
And
it
we'll
out.
have this out soon.
Definitely. Very soon. Well, if you're listening to it
Well, if
right
you listen
now,
to it, it's already out.
Yeah.
Weird.
Like, because
Yeah.
we're on day like 6 of tour, and we have like 3 of them lined up ready to send out. We haven't seen that yet. But for those of you listening, thanks for listening.
Yeah.
And until next
and spread
time.
the word. Spread the word about this podcast as well.
Yeah.
We'll be covering every day up to New York and back to Texas. So come on an adventure with us every day of our lives.
Experience the danger of snow and ice and the happiness of being home.
Yeah.
And having good shows.
Amazing food.
And the food. Did we talk about food that we've had?
Red Checkers.
That's it. I think we've talked every podcast. We've talked about food.
I just keep thinking back to Matt and the 3 meals he made for us.
And Mother's.
Did we talk about the hot dogs?
Yeah, we did.
We talked about the hot dogs. Man, there was sauerkraut. He had sauerkraut.
Yeah, I know.
It's awesome.
And then we're going to be getting fed in
Jacksonville,
Florida in like 2 days.
You want to talk about that text message?
Oh.
The
list. I can't guarantee that that's actually going to be happening.
But I don't want all that. That's too much.
Yeah,
man.
if you ask us what you want for a meal or for breakfast, we're just going to give you everything, and then you can pick and choose all you want from there. But it was like bacon, eggs,
we
French
didn't even
toast,
say fruit at all.
sausage.
Right?
We just want some meats and some delicious eggs.
I wasn't part of this. What was it?
Oh, you were on the phone.
You were
I
on
think.
the phone.
Yeah.
His aunt, who we're staying with in Jacksonville, was like, "So, what kind of breakfast foods do you want?" And we made like a list of like 10 things.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it may be all of them, or maybe none of them.
It's like cereal and milk,
Yeah,
which is so good.
Strawberries. Some strawberries.
You know what? I love cereal and milk, but I feel like the milk would make. I don't know. I feel like I've had too much milk.
Milk?
In general.
In your life?
It's just easy to overdo it with milk on tour.
Milk is the cat's pajamas.
Really?
You've had lots of milk?
I thought milk
Maybe
is the
not.
least
What do you eat
scarce
milk
food.
with?
Huh?
What do you drink? When do you drink
I
milk?
think it was before the tour because I was making lattes
okay.
every day, and it was like
Oh, yeah.
milk.
That sounds
I
really
haven't
good right
had
now.
a drop of
Latte.
milk.
We
Let's go to
haven't had-
Jitters.
Let's go to Jitters right now. Have them photo hologram send it to us.
And I want some really good coffee.
All right, so that
bad.
initiates it. We are getting some lattes.
Man, okay, Gabe, if you're listening, send me some coffee beans because we don't have any with us.
Yeah.
We have instant coffee.
Yeah.
Sad day. Okay, anyway,
Let's end it. Everybody?
this was fun.
Very
Until
fun.
next time,
Yes.
stay
Stay sexy, everyone.